Breeding Corydoras sterbai is relatively easy, but it requires careful preparation and management to ensure success. In this video, I'll introduce you to the sight of a group of baby Corydoras sterbai swimming energetically, followed by their feast on brine shrimp. For the first 2 days after hatching, they rely on their yolk sacs and don't need to eat. By the 3rd day, when the yolk sacs are gone, the babies begin to show an appetite and start looking for food. The best recommended food for the babies is, without a doubt, brine shrimp. They are far more preferred by the fry compared to artificial feed. Now, let's take a look at feeding newly hatched brine shrimp to the baby Corydoras. Using a pipette, draw up the brine shrimp along with the saltwater after they have hatched over 24 hours. Next, strain the brine shrimp through an ultra-fine mesh net, similar to filtering coffee, leaving only the brine shrimp on the net. Rinse off the adhered salt water with fresh water, then use the pipette to collect the brine shrimp along with some fresh water. Finally, feed them to the fry. The food everyone has been waiting for has arrived, and they have started eating vigorously. Now let's go back in time and see how the eggs were laid in the tank. To induce Corydoras to spawn, you need to replicate the rainy season that occurs in their natural habitat within the aquarium. How do you do this? By boldly replacing about half of the tank water with new water that is approximately 2 degrees Celsius cooler than the current tank water. This simulates the tropical rainforest's rainy season inside the aquarium. Normally, Corydoras exhibit spawning behavior about once every 2 months. However, if you want to actively induce spawning, timing it right and executing this method will highly encourage them to feel ready to reproduce. Now, let's carefully collect the eggs from the aquarium. As you can see in the video, it's crucial to skillfully remove unfertilized eggs that have developed fungus from the cluster of healthy fertilized eggs. This must be done before the fungus from the unfertilized eggs spreads to the fertilized ones. It's much more challenging than usual since I'm filming with my phone camera in one hand. I got it right. Let's place the collected fertilized eggs into a container filled with water from the tank. Then, I'll continue gathering the eggs laid in the tank. With about 100 eggs to deal with, honestly, it's quite a daunting task. This is a collection of fertilized eggs. They are reddish-brown in color. It has been 4 days since the eggs were laid. Look, you can see the breath of life in the egg. Once it turns this color, it will hatch in a few days. If you leave the laid eggs in the aquarium for several days like I did, there is a risk that the Corydoras will eat them. But this time it went well without being eaten. And finally they hatched. Look closely. There are still a lot of eggs that haven't hatched yet. Don't worry, they will hatch today or tomorrow. Some of them have just hatched and are barely moving yet. The fry that hatched yesterday. A fry that just hatched today. And the eggs will hatch tomorrow. That's a huge number. It's been 14 days since they hatched. Their body colors have already become more pronounced. They already have the unmistakable appearance of Corydoras sterbai, even though they are still tiny, less than 1 centimeter in size. Let's play a little to see how they are doing. Let's give them a little currentui with the dropper. Yep, they're swimming pretty well. This is what they looked like 2 months after hatching. They're now big enough to live in the same tank as their parents. Even if you give them this much food, it will be completely eaten up within half an hour. When they were fry, they were fed brine shrimp. But now they eat the same artificial feed as their parents. Once they grow to this size, you can change their food from brine shrimp to artificial feed, which will make raising them much easier. Hatching brine shrimp is quite a tedious task. Brine shrimp can survive in a bottle for up to 4 days. We need to prepare for the next hatch soon. Can you see one young girl or boy among the parents? She or he is the older brother of the babies born 6 months ago. The others are in a different tank. But she or he was the only one who was not transferred, and remains in the parent tank. Hatching and fry care. Eggs hatch in 3 to 5 days at 25 to 26 degrees Celsius. The fry absorb their yolk sacs for the first 2 days and don't require feeding during this period. Subsequently, start feeding them with baby brine shrimp. Progressively, powdered commercial fry food. Maintaining clean water and performing small, regular water changes are essential, as the fry are very sensitive. Ecological significance of breeding behavior. Corydoras' breeding behavior reflects their adaptation to challenging natural environments. Their sensitivity to environmental changes and group behavior ensures efficient fertilization and egg laying. Observing Corydoras' breeding behavior is fascinating, and providing the right conditions in your home aquarium allows you to replicate this process. Breeding Corydoras offers not only the satisfaction of raising their beautiful fry but also the opportunity to deepen your understanding of their unique ecology. Try breeding Corydoras and experience the joy it brings. I hope that your Corydoras breeding goes well and that you enjoy your aquarium even more.